Greetings to one and all present here. Welcome to today's webinar where we are thrilled to discuss the topic of Drupal upgrade process in association with Valuebound, your partner in digital excellence. I am Siddharth and I will be your host for this session. So today we're going to kick off today's webinar by introducing you to Valuebound first, a leading full service agency that stands out in the industry for specialization in Drupal development and our unique ability to harness the power of cloud infrastructure. At Valuebound, we actually believe in harnessing the power of cloud infrastructure to unlock the full and true potential of Drupal. As an AWS advanced partner, we possess recognized expertise in AWS, enabling us to deliver cutting edge solutions and seamless integration with cloud technology. Our comprehensive range of services caters to the diverse needs of our clients. We provide many solutions, including design, development, maintenance, and support for enterprise web. Our team of experts is committed to delivering exceptional outcomes that drive your digital success. With a proven track record, we have successfully delivered high quality and scalable Drupal solutions to clients worldwide time and again. Along with that, innovation is also at the core of our DNA. We are dedicated to driving digital transformation through Drupal, pioneering solutions that empower our clients to stay ahead in today's rapidly evolving digital landscape. At Valuebound, customer satisfaction is and always will be our top priority. We place our clients at the center of everything we do, striving to exceed expectations and build long lasting partnerships. We shall work closely with you, understanding your unique needs and delivering tailored solutions that align with your business goals. A little bit about your speaker today. My name is Siddharth, and I currently hold the role of Software Development Engineer 1. I recently graduated college in computer science just last year in 2022, and ever since then, I've been mainly focusing on back-end Drupal development. Along with main development, I'm also an active contributor to community modules on Drupal.org. If you wish to collaborate with me, or you wish to consult me or interact with me, I have given my username over here, and you can feel free to contact me on there. So before we actually delve deep into the actual process and what it entails, I just want to go through the benefits of upgrading your Drupal core and why exactly you should be concerned about staying stuck in an old Drupal version. I've highlighted five main points over here. First, I'll go through is security issues. So, with each new rollout that Drupal does with its new core version, they also introduce various new security updates and patches for previous vulnerabilities. You're going to be putting yourself at a serious disadvantage if you stay developing in the old Drupal versions, since it's not going to be up to date with the latest security standards. Along with security enhancements, we also get optimizations towards stability and performance. So this basically means any unoptimized code or any caching issues are going to be fixed up in the later Drupal versions. So it's going to make your site overall a lot more smoother and faster for your end users. Along with this, there's also the issue of compatibility. So as an example, for Windows, you're mainly going to be hosting your Drupal project using the XAMPP stack. So that means Apache, a local MySQL, and the PHP version that comes bundled with it. If you have the latest version of XAMPP, you're also going to want to make sure that your Drupal functionality is compatible with those latest third-party versions. So that's where compatibility comes in. We make sure that the Drupal core can function well with the latest third-party developer tools you're using. There's also the question of long-term sustainability. So if you update your Drupal core along with the rest of the community, you're going to get full unhindered community support, and you're also going to remove technical debt in the way of the 3 points above. So this ensures maximum sustainability for your site going into the future. The final point I would like to bring highlight to is any additional features for developers and end users that gets rolled out with every Drupal core update. You want to make sure that you're getting the most out of your CMS, out of your Drupal CMS, and you're going to want to make sure that your work becomes easier in the long run. So, taking full advantage of the new features Drupal is putting out is always a good option. Now, getting into the actual process, when starting out your upgrade, there's mostly three things you want to keep in mind. First is to review all your system requirements. You want to make sure that your testing environment, your development environment, and your production environment is in line with the new version of Drupal core. So this includes checking your database version, your PHP version, and making sure that it's overall compatible. The second thing is to create all necessary backups of your data and of your code. So just in case something does go wrong, you're not going to be subject to a huge data loss, or you're not going to be subject to a huge loss of your code. The third thing also is that if your site is live in the production environment, you want to put it in maintenance mode so that users can't make transactions with the website while you're updating it. With all these three things done, you can start your Drupal upgrade process. So with upgrading your Drupal, there's mostly four things that you need to take care of: contributed modules and contributed themes, as well as custom modules and custom themes. There's a contributed module called upgrade status, and this is a really useful tool since it lists out all the contributed modules that are installed on your current website, and it also lists out which of those are incompatible. Um, for the contributed modules that are incompatible, the best way to go about making it compatible is to check the module page on Drupal.org. If it is the case that the module is highly downloaded, the maintainers may have already started working on a new release for being compatible with the new Drupal core. Um, with that, you can also help contribute, and you can also collaborate with them to put out a new release. And mostly it's going to just involve cleaning up deprecated functions and libraries anyway. So it should be fairly quick, and it should be ready for the new release in a matter of time, especially if the update is new. Same would apply for any contributor teams that are using the website. Um, the maintainers are probably going to be working on a new release for a new core. There's also the question of custom modules. So any custom modules and themes that you use are going to be automatically detected by the upgrade status module, and it's also going to be able to detect any deprecated or incompatible code in your custom modules. For trivial issues, there is a tool that you can use called Drupal Rector, which automatically fixes um, those issues which can be fixed. But most of the work will have to be done manually, and I recommend that you do it manually. Mainly because you yourself, having developed a custom module and custom theme, will know the best replacement for any deprecated code and any deprecated libraries. So that would be the best way to go about doing things. So once we've sorted out all of our issues with compatibility for the contributed modules, themes, and the custom modules and themes, we're going to be able to upgrade via Composer at this point. Before we do that, however, there's an important step that we need to do with the database itself. We need to visit update.php on our browser, on our local machine. And what this essentially does is that it makes sure that the database is up to date and ready for the upgrade. It's going to introduce any modifications required to make the database ready for the new Drupal core. Once this is done, we can actually download the latest version of the Drupal core using Composer required. And once the change is reflected in our composer.json, we can replace it using Composer update. What this is going to do is that it's going to automatically update the Drupal core and all of its required dependencies. Once Composer update is done, we can check the info tab on our actual Drupal website, and the change in the core should be reflected over there. After this, you will know that your Drupal upgrade process is complete. So once our upgrade is actually complete, we need to do a few testing tasks. We need to thoroughly test our site's functionality, and this includes front-end features, so CSS designs, jQuery libraries, vanilla JavaScript. All of it has the potential to break, especially if you're replacing deprecated libraries. So you want to go ahead and make sure that all of the designs are still intact on your website. Any administrative functionalities, so this includes things like editing nodes or creating nodes. And since we would have changed up the custom modules to reflect compatibility for the new Drupal core, we need to also test the custom functionality. It's ideal that you look for any errors, any broken links, or unexpected behavior before your site goes live again. Once verified that everything is working correctly, we can put our site out of maintenance mode, and users should be able to safely access it again. Along with this, since we've made changes to our website and mainly to our custom modules and similar, we need to update any site's documentation, and we need to make sure that all of the changes are reflected in the documentation, just for purposes of upkeeping. Also, keep in mind that the complexity of our Drupal upgrade process can vary a lot. In the demo that I'm shortly going to demonstrate, it's a fairly simple website which is used for the demo purposes. Most of the websites are going to have a lot more contributed modules and themes and custom modules and themes. Therefore, mostly it's advisable that we thoroughly test the website after the upgrade on a dedicated staging environment or testing environment before we apply it completely to the production environment. Along with this, it's also recommended if you're doing a large upgrade that you keep in touch with any of the core contributors for Drupal.org, and you take their advice when upgrading a site with a large number of users or a large number of functionalities. Now, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to upgrade a Drupal site for a demo, and the versions that I'm going to be upgrading from is from Drupal 9.4 to Drupal 10.0. So let's get started with that. Okay, so as you can see over here, I have my Drupal 9.4 site ready, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be upgrading this Drupal 9 site to Drupal 10. Before that, you would want to verify your Drupal version. So I've just gone to reports and available updates, and we can cross verify the core version is indeed Drupal 9 and Drupal 9.4.0 to be exact. The latest version of Drupal 9 is actually 9.5.9. It was released just this May, but it's not necessary that we need to upgrade to the latest version of Drupal 9 before upgrading to Drupal 10. So it should be fine if we go for a process directly at 9.4. Now to start the upgrade process, you want to go to reports again and into this upgrade status menu link. You get this menu link automatically, by the way, once you download and install the upgrade status module. Here you're going to be greeted with this kind of dashboard, and it's going to give you important information pertaining to your upgrade process. So I'm going to go over these two sections over here later, and for now we're going to focus on these three: collaborate with maintainers, fix manually, and compatible with next major Drupal core version. So these three sections over here are basically going to contain all your contributed and custom modules. The contributed and custom modules that are already compatible go into this section over here. As you can see, I have admin toolbar installed, and this module has no deprecated functionality or doesn't have any incompatibility issues in general. So it's considered up to date and it's ready to go for the next Drupal core version. Over here, we can see collaborate with maintainers. So I have installed a contrib module called field slideshow over here. And after scanning this module, which you can do so by checkboxing this over here and scan selected. After scanning this, upgrade status has come up with three potential problems that are hindering its compatibility. So if I want to deep dive into those problems, what I can do is I can just export the selected as text over here. Once that's done, it's going to give me this little text file over here, and we can see the issues that are hindering its compatibility. Here you can see on line 505 of this field slideshow.php file, there's a call to this deprecated function, file create URL. So that's going to have to be replaced or fixed. The second one over here has to do with some kind of deprecated jQuery library. And the third one over here is just the value of the core version requirement. We need to add 10 over here. So that's how upgrade status makes things useful. It can pinpoint where exactly you need to fix your compatibility issues. And the same goes for fix manually over here, which is generally going to contain your custom modules. Um, I have already created one custom module over here, so let's just check the issues pertaining to that. As you can see, it says it's just the value of the core version requirement. We need to add 10 over here into the info.yml file. So you might ask now, how do we go about fixing these issues? As you can see, for the content modules, the best course of action is to go to the Drupal.org page for that particular module and check for any patches which fixes the compatibility for D10. So I've already opened this module over here, this modules page field slideshow, and what you can do is you can just check the issues over here. And as you can see, there's already an issue called Drupal 10 compatibility, and its status is reviewed and tested by the community, which means that a patch, a working patch, should be present over here. So going down, you can see that this person has contributed this patch, which is titled compatibility fixes, and it's been RTBC'd by another member of the community. So what we can do is we can download this patch and we can apply it to the module. Right. So currently I'm in my terminal and I'm navigated to this field slideshow module in web modules and contrib. So now I'm just going to ls to see that my patch is indeed there, and it is there. Compatibility fixes 3 patch. So now we can just apply this using get apply. So get apply v and compatibility fixes patch. There we go. And as you can see that the patch has applied cleanly. And now what we can do is we can go back to our website. Let me just switch the frame over here. Let's go back to our website and let us scan this module again and see whether the issues have been fixed. So as you can see, the scanning has been completed and field slideshow has come under compatible with next major Drupal core version section of the dashboard. So these Compatibility issues have been fixed. Says that it's local 10 ready, but as of right now, it's not Drupal.org 10 ready, which means that the maintainers will have to put in some extra work over here. You can actually see the issues for Drupal.org over here. So that's it for field slideshow. Let's work on upgrading this my custom module. So let's go into my VS Code over here. So I have my custom mod under the custom modules folder over here, and I just have two files, info.yml and this little module file. Here what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 10 value to core version requirement, since if you recall, that was the one error that was keeping it from being compatible. So let's add this and we can save it. And now the custom module should be ready to go. So now that our custom module and contrib modules have been modified, we can see that all three of our install modules are compatible with D10. If we go back up over here, I didn't explain this before. So over here, we see the amount of progress that we made towards getting our website ready for D10. So right now it's at 100% because we fixed all the incompatibility issues. Before we did anything, it was at 50%, if we recall correctly. Over here, it's just giving issues related to your hosting environment and your Drupal core. So as of right now, I don't have any issues because my PHP version is 8.1.4 and D10 only supports up to 8.1.0. We have database JSON support and we have our permissions defined correctly, and any obsolete or deprecated core extensions which come upon installation of your website are not present as of right now. So we are good to go from the looks of things, and we can go on to the next step, which is going to update.php from your browser. So let's do that. So now here we are on the update.php menu. And what this is basically going to do, as I explained in the presentation, is that it's going to make any necessary modifications to your database to accommodate D10. Um, as of right now, it's also it's giving these steps to back up your code, put it into maintenance mode, and to back up the database. I needn't worry about that right now since my site is not live and it isn't in production. So I may proceed directly and I may continue over here. As you can see, it says no pending updates, meaning my database is all good and ready to go for D10. So now what we can do is we can directly proceed to the composer update part. Okay, now that we've fixed all of our database issues and our module issues, we can step right into the actual update process. So before we go into that, I just want to show you this incredibly useful documentation given by Drupal.org. They actually give all the commands that you would require and that you would run to update your Drupal core. So I would recommend taking a look at this and following the steps as given over here. So let's get started with the process. I'm going to switch to my command prompt. And first thing we need to do is that we need to actually get the 10 version of the Drupal core as a dependency. So we can run this to update our composer.json. So as you can see, composer.json has been updated. And now that dependency is there, we can directly actually run composer update. And The thing with this is that I fully expect this to fail as of right now because for some weird reason, um, the PHP versions don't line up on XAMPP or the Windows operating system. Yeah, here you can see that there are a couple of dependencies which require PHP 5.6 or 7.0, even though we're upgrading to Drupal 10. And our PHP version 8.1.4, which is the correct version for Drupal 10, does not satisfy that requirement. So Drupal has actually provided a workaround for this. If I switch back to my browser over here and go down, here you can see that we alias the 10.0.0 version as 9.5.0, and it's a clever workaround to get the update going. So let's do that. Let's switch to my command prompt and put this in and let us run, and hopefully it should start working. There we go. It's starting the update and it will install and upgrade all of the dependencies as well as Drupal core. I'm going to cut this for now and we'll go directly to the end of the update. So now Composer update has finished running, and that means the Drupal upgrade process is complete. You can verify this by going to the browser, and as you can see, the change is reflected in the Drupal core. It now shows 10.0.0 as opposed to the 9.4 we had earlier, and that means that our website is now operating under the latest Drupal core version. So that's pretty much it for the demo. Um, if you have a site that's live or in production right now and which has a large number of custom functionalities and contributed modules and themes, you're going to have to be a lot more cautious about the breakages in your code once you upgrade or any possible breakages. You would generally want to set up an entire testing environment once you upgrade, just to make sure that none of the custom functionality is broken and none of the designs or front end work has been affected. Other than this, the webinar has now been almost concluded. Um, what did we take away from this? We saw that it largely benefits you to not be stuck in the old Drupal core. You get better security, better resolutions to any vulnerabilities, better performance, better optimization, and also large community support for any of the issues that you might face. So there's really no reason not to upgrade your Drupal core. Also, we looked at the in-depth process of the actual upgrading of your Drupal core. We saw how to set up for it by backing up your data, your code, and putting your site under maintenance. And we looked at how to resolve incompatibility issues in the contributed modules and the custom modules. And we also saw how to run the actual upgrade process from your terminal and how to make any modifications in your database if so required. This concludes the webinar. Thanks everyone for showing up, and I will now be taking questions for the remainder of the time. Thank you.